Hi guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you a makeup look that I have been absolutely loving lately. It's girly, it's pink, and it's using the awesome Tartelette Palette, which I am absolutely obsessed with. Can we just take a moment and look at this sucker and look how gorgeous all of those shades are? Every single one is just simply stunningly beautiful. I love it. In particular, this middle row. Seriously. I just can't get enough of it. It's amazing. Anyway, so I've been using the crap out of this recently, and I thought I should film something using it. So today I'm going to show you how I created this look. If you are interested in seeing that, then keep watching.
We are going to start this off with one of my favorite foundations. This is the Kat Von D Locket Tattoo Foundation in the color 43, and I'm going to just buff that in with my Real Techniques buffing brush. Once I'm done with that, and I'm only showing you a little clip of this because I don't want to waste your time, I'm going to go ahead and take a damp beauty blender and just go ahead and bounce that all over my face, simply because it takes a full coverage foundation and makes it look a little more natural while still keeping the coverage there. So I just went over that with my entire face, and then it was time to move on to the eyes. So to start this off, I used my two typical items, which is a eyeshadow primer. This one is by NYX. It is their high definition primer, and then I also top that up with the 5-in-1 BB eye cream from Bare Minerals. It's in the little tube with the wand. I only use this one in particular. It's the color Bare Linen because it is the perfect shade for a neutral eyeshadow base. So from there, I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow. Oh, and don't forget to blend that up all the way. You got to make sure it's blended, right? So the eyeshadow, we're going to start. This is again totally using the Tartelette palette, and I'm going to start with Supermom, and I'm going to put that all the way over the eyelid from the base all the way up to give my eyeshadow a nice base to cling to. Then I'm going to move on to the color Force of Nature, and I'm going to put that through the crease using a super fluffy brush. The fluffier the better, because you want it to blend out a whole lot, giving you that airbrushed eye look, and you're only going to get that with a super fluffy brush. Then I'm moving on to Natural Beauty. This is one of my favorite colors in the entire palette. I'm going to use the same fluffy brush, blending it upwards because I do want it to blend into that color I just put on there. Once I've got a depth of color that I want, I'm going to go ahead and add in Best Friend. This is that deep wine color, not the darkest one in the palette, but it is a nice deep rich color. And I'm going to take that both on the outer corner of my crease and then also the inner corner of my crease to give a whole lot of depth around the center of my eyelid. Then I'm going to take Caregiver, which is the light pink, and I'm going to just dust that over the center of my eyelid where I worked around in the last step. And just go ahead and blend that in. It did take a couple of steps of blending and then going back, packing on a little bit more color, and then going back. Now it's time to move on to eyebrows. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow in the color Taupe. Now Taupe is a little too gray for me, so I did in the lid add a little bit of Espresso, which is from NYX. It is their eyebrow gel, and I mixed those two colors together on the lid, and they just create the perfect color for me. I'm glad because I still get to use the Anastasia, but I can dilute it a little bit with something that's not quite as expensive. To apply that, I'm just using a Lorac angle brush. It's my favorite brush for it. And once I'm done, I'm just going to add a little bit of the Maybelline Brow Drama. This stuff makes your brows stay in place like no tomorrow. It's awesome. Now it's time for the liner. Now, funny story about this liner, it exploded on me during filming this tutorial, and I had to return it to get another one because it started squeezing out of both ends. This brush is awesome if you haven't used it and you're looking for a good fine liner brush in a new gel liner. This is awesome. It's kind of a cross between a gel and a liquid. It's not quite as liquid as your typical and not quite as firm as your gel normally is. And it allows you to get just that precise line that you're wanting. I just kept working this until I got the line where I wanted it. If I did have to pick one disappointment about this liner, though, it is that it's not quite as black as I expected it to be. I mean, it is black, but I feel like it can be a little thin in places, and you do kind of have to build it up a little bit. But overall, can't really complain. It is an awesome liner, and I love the packaging that it's in a little squeezy tube, except when it explodes. All over you. Anyway, moving on to concealer so that I can get my under eyes done. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind, Instant Rewind. I'm not sure the name of it. You know which one it is. It's everybody's favorite. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in with my fingers. I find this works best. I've used a brush and I've used a sponge, and it just seems like it works the best. And don't forget your nose if you're like me and your nose decides to go red. So once I've got that blended in, I'm just going to powder it down with a little bit of Rimmel Stay Matte powder and a Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush before moving on to some eyeshadow on my under eyes, not underlies. So to start, I'm going to use the lightest pink again, which is Caregiver, and I'm going to go ahead and put that all along my under eye, focusing more towards the center of my eyes. And then I'm going to add Natural Beauty, and I'm going to take this on a blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out underneath the rest of my eye to kind of give a slightly but not quite smoky look. And then I'm going to take Best Friend, that beautiful wine color again, and I'm going to focus that on the outside corner of my lower lashes to give a little bit more depth in that area without making it seem too smoky. And then finally, I'm going to take a little bit of the darkest color, which is Bombshell, on an angled liner, and I'm going to just put that as close to the lower lash line as I possibly can to add a little bit more definition. Now, you could skip this part if you wanted to. I did end up putting eyeliner on as well, but I did like the way it looked even without extra eyeliner. So, and it's kind of an easy way to get that under lash line a little bit more intense. For the eyeliner, I went ahead and used Sumita in dark purple. This is one of my favorite purple liners, and I use that both upper and lower waterlines before moving on to some good old mascara. Who doesn't love some mascara? Gotta curl your lashes first. Now, I guess you don't have to. I often don't curl my lashes because they're so long, but today I decided to, so I went ahead and just curled them and then followed that up with some Lights Camera Flashes from Tarte. This mascara I was actually a little disappointed in, to be honest. I was expecting some awesomeness among all awesomeness, but to be honest, I actually preferred original Lights Camera Lashes instead. Now, moving on to highlighter, this is an Ofra highlighter. It's one of their shimmer strips, and it is like crazy intense highlighting, but I love it. So I just went ahead and dusted that lightly over my cheeks before adding some Savored Tarte blush. Can you tell I like Tarte products? Seriously, I could use nothing but them and be perfectly content. And just go ahead and dust that over my cheeks. I decided not to contour this video. I think everybody does a whole lot of contouring, but sometimes it's nice to skip it. Moving on to my lips, which is almost all that's left, is some lip liner, which this one is by Jordana Beauty, and I absolutely love this one. It's in baby berry, I believe. It's perfect all over the lips on its own, but I tend to layer it often with my lipsticks, and all colors of lipsticks too. It's just one of those good all-rounder lip liners. I actually just finished it, and I'm just totally devastated and have to go buy another one. I wanted a little more pink on this, so I decided to use the Jing Velvet Lip Shine, I think it's called, in the color Pinkaboo. That's what the color was called. I absolutely love these. They're so comfortable to wear. Seriously, so comfortable.
I hope that you guys have enjoyed that tutorial today. If you guys have any video requests, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below so I can go ahead and get those going. And I hope that you have liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up to let me know. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys again next time. Bye!